Welcome back to Rubber City Motoring. I am JT here. We're going to be working on the HHR. I've already got the hood up, and we're going to be putting on the high flow intake from ZZP. Now, I know every time I do one of these, you guys all say, you've created a hot air intake. I get it. I understand that this factory setup is pretty decent. It's got this big ugly box here. It's isolating the air from the engine. It does a fine job. Now, with that being said, you also can generate a decent amount of horsepower by leaving this on. So the point of this really isn't much other than it's obviously going to open up the airway a little bit. It's going to be sending too much air through the mass airflow and everything like that. And from there, it's also going to give us that fun turbo sound we can hear through this non-restrictive setup. Nevertheless, whether you like it or not, this is a quick how-to on how to do this pretty much. So let's get started here. First move, I've never even touched this. I just got this car, and it makes sense to tear it apart and do this. Now, to me, this modification with just those few parts is completely reversible. We're not going to be cutting anything. We're not going to be ruining anything too badly that can't be brought back to stock if we don't like it. It's horrible, whatever. First thing I'm going to do is take these off because I want to see what this looks like inside here. I've never opened this up even, so let's take a look at the factory filter to start. The 6 bolts around the perimeter of the lunch tray style cover. A T25 is what I used. They weren't overly torqued, so they just came right out of there. And there are 6 of them, as I said. Let's see what we got. I've never taken this off. I'm so curious. Yeah, okay. Previous owner did state that the air filter was changed, which it looks like it was. Doesn't look too shabby in there. And now we work our way around. What I'm probably going to do next is remove that connection there for the mass airflow, loosen that hose clamp, and then investigate this one right here. This is actually your source for the cold air fender well type style. So when it goes into there, in through the filter, and then that way. So let's get this started to take apart here. So as I said, filter, it looks to be just a force fit onto there. That's about it there. Okay. This came off of here. That was a 8mm. I just kind of loosened that up a little bit, and then mass airflow is just a push connector there. That comes off, and we'll save that for later. Now, this mass airflow sensor is going to come out, but I'll just kind of wiggle this here and see what's holding it down, and I'll get to the next part here. So I was pretty much just able to lift that thing off there. The front studs really didn't hold it that much. This back one was just sort of rubber, like a rubber grommet holding it on there. You just kind of lift up on it, and then that little back rubber grommet there kind of popped off, but it was like that, and then it just kind of pulled out almost like a force fit. So there's our mass airflow. That's going to be transferred here at some point. One leaf in there, but I mean, this guy here has about 50,000 miles now. Pretty clean looking. Shouldn't have any issues. Never seen a winter. But that's it right there. So let's get moving on the rest of these parts. So this is considered a crankcase breather, and it connects to the tube here that runs down to the turbo. Now, I kind of just messed with this orange little connector here, and that just kind of gave it a little tug, and it came right off without breaking or anything. So we're going to see how this connects to the new one. There's a little O-ring in there, so don't lose that. Probably need that. And then way down there, there's an 8mm hose clamp, like way in there, like you can see it right about there, back in there. It's kind of hidden. Undo that, and then this intake tube should come off like so. A little bit of oil on the intake, which is probably from all the breathers and all that stuff, but Here we go. Pretty cool. One final piece of the puzzle is this, we'll say the actual real cold air intake that I'm removing for some reason. I just twisted and kind of tugged and it came out. That's pretty much it. Just kind of catches in there with a little bit of rubber, and there's your fender well intake that actually delivers cold air to the car. So we're all free and clear, so now it's time to install the new parts. So from here, the big silicone tube is going to go on next. It's going to go down under the turbo, around the engine here, and connect to the turbo. I did put this fitting on here, this hose clamp, just so it's ready, but going to give this a go here and get it all wiggled into place. This is probably the trickier part of the job, just making everything fit. It's a nice piece, though. You can tell some time went into this thing. I mean, it's quite the setup in there. Got the breather tube installed, all that stuff. So they do suggest cutting this hose here to shorten it. I think maybe just to loosen that bend a little bit. I'm going to attempt to do it without it and see what happens. If it doesn't work or there's a rubbing issue, then I'll snip it shorter. But I mean, if I can get it to be out of the way there, that's no big deal. But let's get this finagled into there. I mean, there's a little trick. This stuff is tricky to go on. I've done this on radiator hoses and stuff made of this. Rub a little bit of WD-40 on the inside. That way it slips right on. And same down here, because this end connects to the metal crinkle black tube they gave us. So let me get all this in place and show you what I got. Okay, next part of the process. Basically, you fit the back part, get it all in place. I actually had it backwards on the last part of the clip. The bigger end goes towards the outside. Wrinkle black aluminum tube here. That goes into there, clamps onto there, and then it catches onto this bolt right here, which I believe that's a 10 millimeter. So you take it out, catch the clamp there, then re-torque it down. Now I did end up clipping that hose right there, which goes there, and yeah, ended up getting that because it just was rubbing too much right there. But now it's just barely there. I think it's good. I actually cut off more than they recommend, 3/4 of an inch, but I cut off a little bit more, but it should be fine right there. I don't see why that's going to break or rub a hole in it. So there's 3 steps left on this. We've got the breather tube back there, which just going to make sure that connects properly onto there. You can see it right there. Mass airflow, and then the filter itself. And then after that, we should be good to go. Let me get those 3 things done here, and we'll get moving. So there it is. Filter is on. Don't make the same mistake I did. You need to put the filter on as you're doing this tube. It doesn't fit into there. Mass airflow sensor is attached. Just an Allen wrench, snug it. They give a foot-pounds on the instructions. I think it's like 25, maybe in that range, 20. Pretty easy though, just don't over-torque it. Finally, the breather connector, all of it transferred over. The little orange piece, the O-ring, and it just snapped on there. It is a bit of a tighter fit now. You can actually see it in there. The lines are not as straight as it was before. It's got a little bend to it, but I went ahead and pushed in the silver part into the silicone a little bit more. This part here, I just kind of pushed it in a little bit to loosen the bend. So now all that's really left is connect this guy onto here. And that's it. Torqued there, torqued all the clamps. There's 3 clamps, and there you go. Much simpler setup. But as we say, we removed plastic for metal. We got rid of the box that divided the air up and kept it cool. So we essentially have a hot air intake, but it does sound a lot better. You know, one of the other things too, and I'm not sure on this car, I have had good luck with them, and I used to think it was complete garbage, but I have actually picked up some mile per gallons with one of these MPGs, so we'll see where that goes. Now, as I wrap this up here, this part of it's done, and word is you can run it as is. I've also heard people having issues with codes and that sort of thing because you're just rushing so much air past the mass airflow sensor right here. So after this is done, I've got a couple other things to put on here. I have a tune ready to go for it from ZZP as well. So I don't plan to start it, and I don't plan to give a review on this just on a stock vehicle here, as in no tune, no nothing. So this is pretty much done with this part now, and if you're doing something else, I mean, you can look at the other videos and that I'll have up and go from there, but this really was just meant to be a how to install the ZZP high flow air intake system there. So that's that. Thanks for watching. That is it on this video. Subscribe for more on the HHR here. Not going to be doing a ton to it. Honestly, it runs so well as is. Just going to do a few little things here and there. Don't want to ruin anything or make it undrivable or, you know, kill my gas mileage, because that's kind of the purpose of this car, is to be a nice little daily with a little bit of oomph, a little bit of uniqueness, but at the same time, some good gas mileage. So we'll see you next time on Rubber City Motoring. Have a good day.